In the world of hospitality, just about every decision we make, think about setting room rates or how we personalize a guest's stay, it's all being supercharged by one big thing: artificial intelligence. But here's the real question: what's actually powering this revolution? Well, it isn't just a bunch of fancy code, it's data. So today, we're going to dive deep into that critical relationship between AI and the data that, quite literally, fuels it.
It's a real pleasure to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School. My goal here is pretty simple. I want to help you bridge that gap between the theory of AI and what actually happens on the ground in real-world hotel operations. We're going to look at all of this from your perspective. As the future leaders of this industry, you're the ones who are going to need this practical, actionable knowledge to really succeed out there. So with that, let's get started.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll tackle the core concept, what I call AI's fuel, which is, of course, data. Then we'll break that down into two key areas: the data that's inside your own hotel and the bigger picture from the external market. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of unifying those data streams. And finally, we'll tie it all together and talk about how you can use data as a true strategic asset. All right, let's dive into our first section. I want you to start with a really fundamental idea. Think of AI as this incredible high-performance engine, like something you'd find in a race car. It's built for power, it's built for speed. But what happens if you don't put any fuel in it? Well, it's just a very expensive piece of metal, right? It goes nowhere. In the world of AI, that high-octane fuel is data.
Now, if there is one single thing you take away from our time together today, please let it be this: your AI is only as good, only as effective as the data you give it. Think about all those systems. For reservations, for pricing, for personalizing guest services, their potential is completely capped by the quality, the accuracy, and the completeness of the data you feed them. You've all heard the old saying, garbage in, garbage out. Well, the flip side is true too. Quality in, profit out. It's really that simple.
And this right here, this quote really gets to the heart of the mindset you're being taught to have. It's so important. You see, for decades, data was often seen as this technical byproduct. Just a bunch of records of what happened yesterday, something for the IT department to worry about. That thinking is over. You have to treat data as a core strategic asset. It's the raw material you'll use to shape what happens tomorrow. This isn't an IT conversation. It's a fundamental business strategy conversation.
So the big question is, where does all this valuable data actually come from? Well, let's start by looking inward at the information that's generated right inside the hotel's own walls. I like to call this your property's unique operational DNA. It's the code, the blueprint that describes your entire business from the inside out.
And the primary sources for this internal data are probably systems you're already familiar with, systems you'll be working with every single day. First, you've got your property management system, the PMS. That's really the heart of the entire hotel. Then there's the central reservation system, the CRS, which is all about managing how those bookings come in. And of course, you have your point of sale, or POS systems, which are tracking every single transaction happening in your restaurants, bars, spas, you name it.
Okay, now let's look at how these pieces fit together to feed the AI. Your PMS is giving you the who and the what. Who is staying with us? What room types are they booking? At what rate? Your CRS, on the other hand, is giving you the how. How did they book? Which channel did they come through? You see, each system on its own gives you part of the story, but it's only when you bring them together that you get that rich, complete picture, that foundational data set an AI really needs to start understanding your reservation patterns.
But here's the thing. No hotel operates in a vacuum, right? You could have the most amazing internal data in the world, but if you don't know what's happening outside your own four walls, you're missing a huge part of the puzzle. To make truly smart decisions, you have to look outside. You've got to understand the wider market, what your competitors are up to, and all the forces that are shaping demand. And this is exactly where external data comes into play. We're talking about a few key sources here. First, there's the data from online travel agencies, the OTAs. Then you have these fantastic market intelligence platforms. Think of companies like OTA Insight or Lighthouse that pull everything together for you. And maybe, most importantly, you have forward-looking demand data from sources like Amadeus Demand 360. This is the stuff that helps you see into the future to understand booking patterns before they even happen.
So what's the bottom line here? It's all about context. External data provides that crucial context. It's what tells you, for example, if your occupancy is a little low because you're doing something wrong, or is it just because the entire city is quiet this week? It's what shows you, in real time, how your room rates stack up against the hotel right across the street. Honestly,
Without this external view, you're basically flying blind.
Okay, so now we've got all this amazing data, right? We have our internal DNA and our external market view. Fantastic. But, and this is a big but, there's a huge practical challenge. All these different systems, they're basically speaking different languages. So the next critical step is figuring out how to get them all to talk to each other, to create one single unified source of truth that our AI can actually understand. Just take a look at this example. On the left, you see the before. It's a mess. Your PMS might call a room RM_type_A, while your CRS calls the exact same room room type 1. And AI has no idea those are the same thing. It just sees chaos. Now look at the right. After a process called normalization, everything is cleaned up. It's standardized. All systems now agree that we're talking about a standard king room. This step is absolutely non-negotiable. Without it, the output from your AI is going to be unreliable or just plain wrong. And it's not just about clean data. It's also about fast data. This idea of a real-time data flow is so important. It means your AI isn't looking at a snapshot from yesterday. It's getting a continuous live stream of updates. I mean, think about it. Would you try to drive a car down a busy highway by only looking in the rearview mirror? Of course not. But that's exactly what you're doing if you make a pricing decision based on data that's 24 hours old. You need that live stream to be agile, to react, and to be accurate.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of the technical stuff, the what and the how of data. But you know what? None of that really matters if we don't understand the strategic why. So now let's elevate this conversation. Let's talk about how a clean, real-time data pipeline stops being just a technical process and becomes a powerful business asset that actually drives revenue and profit.
And this right here is your actionable framework. This is how you do it. Step 1, identify your gaps. You need to be constantly asking, what crucial information are we missing right now? Step 2, analyze the opportunities. Okay, if we could get that missing data, how exactly would that improve our revenue? How would it make our operations smoother? And that leads you right to step 3, reconsider your distribution. If one of your channel partners isn't giving you the rich data you need for your AI strategy, well, you have to start asking some tough questions about whether they're the right partner for you moving forward. And really, this is the question that I want to leave with you. This is the one I want you to carry with you throughout your entire careers. It doesn't matter if you end up at the front desk or in the revenue office or as a general manager. You should always be asking this: what gaps exist in our data? What information are we missing? How can we go get it? And how can we use it to be smarter, faster, and better than our competition? So let's end on this one last critical principle. It's so easy to think of AI as some kind of magic wand that will just solve all our problems. It's not. It's a powerful tool, yes, but all it does is amplify the quality of your existing strategy and your existing data. In fact, implementing AI makes strong data governance, having clear, solid policies on data quality, access, and privacy more important than it has ever been. So remember this: master your data, and you will absolutely master the future of hospitality.